This is a long-awaited announcement here in Philadelphia, in this great city, and so we'll make it the best that this day could celebrate. For those in the room that don't know me, I'm Scott Brown, and I'm the director of the Veterans Advisory Commission for Philadelphia and also the director of Philadelphia County. We are the second largest county for veterans in this great Commonwealth. One of the things that I have the great honor to do is introduce Councilman David O., who has been, when I came on board, Council President made it clear to me that I would work with Councilman O. for veterans issues, and Councilman O. has stepped up to that plate, answering every one of my phone calls, completing every one of my emails, allowing me to participate as the director in organizations and fundraisers that I wouldn't normally participate in or know. So it's with great honor that I introduce Councilman David O. as a friend, as the councilman of this great city, but as a veteran of this great country. So, Councilman O.
Well, thank you very much. Scott Brown doing an outstanding job, his staff, and all of the advisory commission. This council body, my colleagues, of course, first and foremost, our council president, has really stepped up for veterans in a way that is unprecedented in Philadelphia, from dealing with veteran homelessness to how to employ returning veterans, to doing a tax credit, to advocating for veterans' health care in conjunction with our VA and others. Council has been very much engaged in ensuring that those who served our country are treated well and receive what they have earned and are represented by this body and others. Scott Brown, in particular, has had this dream about a Veterans Day parade, and it's tough, right? The budget is constrained. There's a lot of issues and problems. I think we were dealing with a lot of critical issues for veterans. But the dream of a parade, that's something that a lot of people in this city have wanted, and I have to thank Congressman Bob Brady for stepping up in a big way, as he so often does, to come and pull money out from somewhere, as he seems to magically do time and time again. The city council would not be able to do these things. We wouldn't have the accessibility of the Veterans Advisory Commission and all the work that we're doing without the leadership of Council President Darrell Clark, who took it upon himself to ensure that we had an accessible office, that there were veterans involved, that all of these things could be done. And so let me introduce and thank our Council President, Darrell Clark.
Thank you so much, Councilman. This is a great day. I'd like to thank a couple of people real briefly. I want to thank Councilman O for being the point person. It's not a lot of members of council, actually it's only one that can actually talk about what it's like to be a veteran. Years past there were a number of them, but David, I just want to thank you, man, for the work you've done. You're always on point, both from a legislative perspective and from your outreach and in terms of your advocacy. You've done a great job, and we really appreciate the members of council. Appreciate you running point on this for us. And I want to thank the members of council for supporting the budget that allows us to have what I believe is one of the best veterans offices in the city of Philadelphia. The accessibility that was referenced. I want to thank Will Carter and Gerry Davis, also known as the Property Brothers, for making sure we got that space down on the first floor and putting together a first-class location. Thank you all. And I want to thank my good friend, Congressman Brady. He's always like, from the DNC to the parade to whatever we need, call Bob. Bob gets it done. Bob, I want to thank you so much. And I'm not going to... He's always on the case. Before you leave, Bob, I got something I need. And I don't want to steal the thunder, but I just want to thank my good friend, Mr. Lenfest, who's always been a great person, not only for the city of Philadelphia, but for most of us in here personally, his continued support for all of the endeavors in the city. I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. And last but not least, I want to thank the men and women that have served in the military to make sure that a guy like me, a little guy from North Philadelphia, 35th Norris, can stand here and be the council president of the city of Philadelphia. Because without you all support over the years, we wouldn't have the level of democracy in this great country that we do. So I just want to thank you all so much for your support and all the wonderful things that you've done.
You know, I've been getting a reputation as being a dreamer, having dreams to try to get things done. Well, the world needs dreamers. If Christopher Columbus wasn't a dreamer, we wouldn't be here today. So this was not my dream. I can't take credit for this. I have to give credit to Scott Brown. Saw him maybe a year ago. Said, Bob, we want to try to get a Veterans Day parade. And it dawned on me, right up in Meany has a great parade. Across the river, Jersey has a great parade. We got a great city. Why don't we get a parade? Why can't we put one on? He called me and said to me, Bob, we need to get this done. I wanna work with you. And we almost tried to get it done last November 11th. But I think he called me around November 1st, and I need a little bit more time. But we're going to get it done this November 11th. On a Wednesday, we're going to have a parade through the city of Philadelphia. It's going to be a great parade. And let us not forget, as we sit here in a nice, comfortable building, the men and women that are still in harm's way, that's still fighting the fight to keep my family, your family, and this great nation safe. Let us not forget about them. The main reason and the real reason why we'll be able to have the wherewithal to do this, and I want to introduce to you my dear friend, without question, one of the most generous, compassionate, decent human beings I have ever met in my entire life. A class guy that all he wants to do is give, give, give. Well, this is our way of saying, and a small way of saying thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being the supporting the Traditions Funds and giving us the wherewithal to get this thing done, and also for agreeing to be the Grand Marshal of the first Veterans Day Parade on Wednesday, November 11th. Captain Gerry Lenfest.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, council members. Thank everybody that's involved in supporting veterans that are here today. You know, this parade for veterans is long overdue in the great city of Philadelphia. So I am deeply honored to be part of it. And I look forward to seeing you all on November 11th when we have one of the greatest parades in this country for veterans. So thank you all, and thank you again, Bob.
In closing, I would just like us to take a moment of silence to remember what council has said, and the men and women who are serving now, who didn't come back to this great city. We will remember them and their sacrifice to this great city, this great Commonwealth, and this most wonderful country that they gave it all for. So we'll have a moment of silence for those men and women and the ultimate sacrifice. Over 3,000 men and women have died since August of 2001 in combat. If any one of those men and women were here today in this room with us, they would tell us to shine on and to make one of the greatest parades that Philadelphia, that the Commonwealth, and this great country will see. And so in their honor and in their moment of silence and a great tribute, we will put on one of the greatest Veterans Day parades that this country can see. Thank you all.